Welcome to Keep It Off, and today we got a good one for you. Today we are taking on a timeless classic, chicken and waffles. Went on a diet and trying to maintain, it's meals like chicken and waffles that typically would set you off the rails and throw you off that diet. Well, the goal on this channel is to be able to make a dish like chicken and waffles and stay right on the diet. Low in calorie, high in protein, and nutritious. My name is Tommy and I'm on my own weight loss journey. I've lost well over 200 pounds and I am not at my goal yet. So if you like videos just like this where we do recipes and just cover the whole gamut of dieting lifestyle, then please consider subscribing to Keep It Off because we got a whole lot more in store for you. Let's go!
Be strong.
First, we're gonna tackle the waffle portion of the chicken and waffles. To do that, you're just gonna need a couple of things. You're gonna need some cooking butter spray. You're gonna need a waffle iron. You're gonna need some nut milk. I'm using cashew milk. You're gonna need protein powder. This is Raw Nutrition's Vanilla Oatmeal Cookie. Normally, wheys do not bake well, but this specific one has a really good flavor to it, and it does bake well. Normally, if you're gonna do this and you don't have this specific whey, try to use a casein because casein definitely will bake better. I do have a code for all Raw Nutrition products. It's code Keep It Off. Links are in the description. If you use code Keep It Off, you'll get a discount at checkout. We're also gonna be using Kodiak flapjack waffle mix. We're gonna be using some baking powder, some fat-free Greek yogurt, a little bit of cake batter, and one whole egg. We're just gonna throw everything into the blender. I'm gonna give you the ingredients. All of the ingredients and measurements will be in the description. We're gonna start off with the cashew milk. It's only 30 grams. 85 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt going in. One whole egg. If you don't have this ingredient, it'll work without it. We're gonna use 5 grams of cake batter extract, 4 grams of baking powder. Now for our Kodiak mix, we're gonna need 53 grams of this. For our vanilla oatmeal cookie, 31.1 grams. This vanilla oatmeal cookie smells amazing. I know I'm an ambassador and everything, but really, really smells good. So now we've got everything in our blender cup. Be 100% fully transparent with you. I thought I was saving some time by putting the waffle mix in the blender. That does not save time. It overmixes it and they come out runny. So don't be like me and don't put it in the blender. Hand mix it, it's much thicker. That was a silly mistake on my part. And don't overfill, and you never know how much is overfilling. Better to underfill than overfill. And you should get 2 full waffles out of it. Guys, as you can see, these look so much more full and so much more complete. That is a way better final product. After you got that out, you're gonna put it onto a rack, let it breathe a little bit, let it rest, and then we're gonna get the second one going. You see that, guys? Perfection. And as long as you sprayed your waffle iron, it come right out. No issues, no problems, just a thing of beauty. Make sure to get that on the rack, let it rest. And this portion of the recipe is complete. Let's move on to our chicken. So the chicken is going to be blackened tenders. This recipe belongs to Remington James. So thank you very much because we're gonna be using that for our chicken and waffles. It was brilliant. I'm not sure how he created it, but I originally had blackened chicken tenders from Popeyes. You're gonna need some chicken tenders, pretty thin, cut nicely. You want to trim the fat off of them if you can. Rem uses 336 grams. As I threw this on the scale, it was 331 grams. I think that's going to be plenty to pair with our waffles. Let's get to it. So it's going to be a plethora of ingredients, so stay with me. First step, I'm going to use some kosher salt here, and we're just going to salt and pepper our chicken, and we're going to do both sides. So after we salt and pepper our chicken tenders, we're going to get a mixing bowl. We're going to put it on a scale, and we're going to start throwing all of the dry rub ingredients in here. First, we're gonna do a dash of oregano. Oregano is very light. On my point scale, it's about 0.4 grams. 1 gram of cumin, 3 grams of garlic powder, 2 grams of onion powder, 5 grams of paprika, a dash of crushed red pepper. If you like it spicy, go heavy. If you don't like it too spicy, either skip this step or go light. I would suggest not skipping it, just do at least a little bit, just so you can get some of that flavor. 1 gram of Ancho chili powder, 2 grams of cornstarch. Now we're gonna wanna get everything all nicely mixed up. Get one of your chicken pieces here. You're gonna lay it down and then just give that a mix. Flip it, give that a mix, and you got your blackened chicken tender. So as you can see here, we do have some of the dry rub left over. That's okay. But point is, it's just enough to get everything nicely seasoned, and it almost has like a breading consistency. I gotta tell you, if these are half as good as the ones from Popeyes, I'm gonna be in love with this chicken and waffles dish. I preheated my air fryer to 400 degrees. I did it for like 5 minutes. We're gonna spray a little bit of the olive oil spray in there. We're gonna lay these nice and flat, not touching. Give a nice spray on top, just so they fry up really nicely. And you're gonna do 400 degrees for 6 minutes, and then we're gonna flip and do another 400 degrees for 6 minutes. Been 6 minutes, we're gonna flip them, and they are looking really good. Another 6 minutes at 400 degrees, and we will be done. Oh my gosh, guys, can you hear that? That's some fried chicken. Oh man, these came out beautiful. And guys, these are lean. Other than the cornstarch, none of the other seasonings have calories, so you're just getting nice lean chicken breast. Wait until you hear the macros on this dish. And guys, I give you protein chicken and waffles. Now we are gonna dive into this bad boy, best believe, but before we do, you know we gotta go over the numbers. And let's do it quickly, because this smells amazing. First, I'm gonna give you the entire plate. Quite honestly, I think a lot of people could eat 1 waffle and half this chicken and have it be a meal, but I'm going to give it to you as the entirety, okay? For both waffles and for all of the chicken, you get only 808 calories for the entire plate. In that 808 calories, you get 32.9 net carbs, 7.2 grams of fat, and you get 5 grams of fiber with that. This maybe shouldn't be called chicken and waffles. This should be called the protein monster, because for 808 calories, you get 128.6 grams of protein. That is nuts. That's just phenomenal. Why do we need to break our diet? Now, let's go over items individually. We'll cover the chicken first. So Remington James blackened chicken is only 380 calories, 1.8 net carbs, 0 grams of fat, 74.5 grams of protein, which is amazing macros. And then I'm calling them CBUM's Belgian waffles, even though it's not CBUM's recipe, because we're using his oatmeal vanilla cookie protein powder. I really think that's what makes these waffles so good, that oatmeal vanilla cookie. It just smells and tastes delicious. 428 calories for both waffles, 31.1 net carbs, 7.2 grams of fat, and 54.1 grams of protein for 2 waffles. 54 grams. Pretty phenomenal. Only 808 calories for the entire plate. Let's eat. I want to taste each thing individually first, and then we'll try a bite of both together. Oh man, this smells amazing. So good. Not as spicy as Popeyes. That's really gonna come down to how much crushed red pepper you put into it and how much Ancho chili you put into it. If you like yours spicy to the next level, then just add some more. My kids will probably have a little bit of this, and my wife is gonna eat from this, and neither of them like spice, so this is good for us. 12 minutes in the air fryer and the chicken comes out perfect. You know we gotta give a piece to the boss. I'm sorry guys, normally I take a bite or two, I eat that whole piece of chicken. Let's go into the waffle next. Chicken, money. The waffle, fantastic. I make these waffles, meal prep, and then what I do is I rip them into quarters and they fit into the sliced toasters, and then I toast them back up. In my humble opinion, they are better when you reheat them than when they're fresh. I think something happens when you let them rest, and then when you reheat them, they get a nice crispiness on the outside. I think they even taste better the second day. That's just my opinion. They are fantastic the first day though, and for those macros, you can't beat it. There's that cake batter smell, that cookie smell, the vanilla smell. It's so good. It's so doughy. Some protein powders screw with the cake consistency. This did not do that. It's very cakey on the inside. Let's give one of these to the boss. Now, I gotta drizzle some syrup on top, sugar-free. Now let's try a little bit with the syrup. I don't get very messy with syrup. I only put a little bit. Guys, this meal is so good. Now, it does get some extra points because it has so much protein. Some of us have trouble hitting our protein goals daily, and a dish like this is really gonna elevate that. So even if you could only consume half, you're talking a 404 calorie meal with 65 grams of protein. I mean, what else can you ask for? This out of 10 is gonna get a solid 9 for me. This dish is so good. That's it for me. Hopefully you found this video to be helpful. If you did, please like, comment, and consider subscribing to keep it off because we got a whole lot more in store for you. And remember, get it off and keep it off. Peace.
Be strong.